Mark, we met in Milan in 2019 for the Eye of Orson Welles, and we start our interview talking about Donald Trump and how dangerous he was. And your March in Rome starts with a footage of him, of course, quoting Mussolini. And we saw that in the last few years, extreme right took place all over Europe and America. In your opinion, why?
There are a number of things, the extreme right becomes popular when there's a lot of change in society, and I think there has been a lot of change in society. The climate emergency should have made us feel as if we're one global family, but no, it's done the opposite. It's made people scared. The brilliant advance of LGBT rights should have made us part of something bigger and more human, but it's made people scared. And what does Donald Trump say, and what do all these right-wing people say? They say, you are on your knees, you are a victim, feel afraid, those people are coming to get you. That's the message. They sell fear, and that's why it's so scary that it's happening in so many places. And
it's incredible how Umberto Paradiso and Noi represent one of the first form of fake news, and we see how they evolved all over the years. I think about social media. In your opinion, why people sometimes choose to prefer lies on truth?
Because lies are simpler and truth is complicated. It's very, very easy to say, this is us and that's them. They are scary or wrong and we are right. This is the message, the fake news message is actually very simple. You're good and they're bad. The truth is more complicated, and especially, in the 21st century, when messages spread super fast, there isn't time for me or you to think or absorb. We just get the hit of a message. It's like a dopium, it's like a pleasure hit. You're right. Yes, you're right. What do you think is right? So this is why people don't sort of choose lies over truth. It's just easier to absorb that shit.
It's interesting how you talk about past in your in March in Rome, because you say that it's something to preserve, to better understand ourselves, but to better also live the future. Do you have faith in it? Do you have faith in the future?
Yes, I do. I have faith in young people. Young people who are growing up in the time of climate emergency and rapid change in society and in politics. They, I think, are hungry for more information than my generation was. Lots of young people are political, and this is very good. But if you're young and you are scared by Donald Trump, or you're scared by Orban, or if you're scared by some of the other far-right people around the world, including here in Italy, then you want to look back and think, where did this come from? Where did it start? And one of the places it started was in Italy, and that's very, very sad and very, very moving. So we can trace it from 1922 and other places. Yeah, so that's why I'm optimistic, because young people are hungry for information, I think.
It's really beautiful how you use images in this documentary, because we saw black and white footage with instead using of digital camera for shooting Rome nowadays.
Yes.
And I would like to know how Rome talked to you about Italian past. Mm-hmm. You said clearly about architecture, about how this place still talks about fascism.
Yeah, I've been coming to Rome for 35 years or more. It's a city that I've walked so many streets, and so it's a special place for me. And of course, you can see history in Rome. You can see the layers. Rome is like an onion, and you peel it, and there's another layer and another layer. So I wanted to use my camera in a really simple, quite gentle way. There are very few camera moves. I just wanted to look at working class Rome, at monumental Rome, at touristic Rome, and do a portrait of Rome. But I also wanted to ask us, the audience, and Italian people, why is there quite a lot of inscription fascist inscription still on the buildings. Why are they still there without any context? You know, there's so many of those inscriptions about power, domination, colonialization are still there on without any, there's no plaque that says this was of its time, you know. So it's good to ask that question, that kind of question. So Rome, that means that Rome is a place of great, you know, emotion and meaning, but also it's got these kind of visual eruptions in it.
There is a scene in Hanoi when we see a banner, a fascist banner, that says that cinematography is the most important weapon. And of course they say it in a propaganda terms, but do you believe in that? Do you believe that a cinema can be a weapon to fight back ignorance of any forms?
Yes, cinema is kind of, you know, it's androgynous, it's anarchic, it has no inherent ideology. You can use this camera to fight for truth or lies, for openness or closure, for humanity or the opposite. So this is a machine which is an extension of you and you as filmmakers. And so if you're a human being, if you're curious about the world, if you've got empathy and tenderness, then you can show us those things. So definitely cinema can be a force for good and bad. Mm-hmm. Those of us who love cinema, we would love it just to be good, but it's not.
Thank you so much for your time.
You're welcome. Thank you so much. They have really great questions.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.